So this is Team Yellow with Gabriel, Kyle, and Sammy, and our FileMaker Pro project. So I'm just going to go down the rubric, and I'll do the scripting part last, but I'll go down the rubric and do all the tables and show what our FileMaker Pro can do. So first off, in the create and populate the database, we showed that in our last video, but basically we just imported the records as such and clicked on the Excel sheets and brought them in. And we showed that on our last video. So that's the first two. After the database created, our data model to make everything work is as follows. We've got all of our tables connected with the primary keys. And we validated that by looking at, double checking with Excel sheets and making sure all the information was correct, all the fields are right, and of course I've added fields since. So that takes care of the first section. Moving on to the tabs, because I'll do the scripting last. So we have all the required tabs from customer, employee, orders, all tables, products. And then I have a scripting tab that just has buttons that are scripted to get rid of that, and I'll show that later like I've said. So we'll start with the first customer tab, which I already have open. So adding a new customer, we created a button for that, and we can just go down the line. Do that. And we did this for all of the tabs. That should automatically. I'm just putting in random numbers so you can see that it all works correctly. We'll do ground. And we'll just do the same. Do a quantity of, let's go 200, and a price of 100, not 1,000. So you can see, if you saw on the bottom left there, the table added. We added the new 7777 customer and the profit. And then you can see 777 here with how much the quantity ordered. So we have two tables, and one of the tables is for an extra optional feature. This is the table required in the customer tab that develop a chart related to orders and order line. We can update existing customers, and I'll just delete this one that I created with this button. This is another optional feature that we did, so we'll just delete that record that I just created, and now it goes back to the other records we have here. So I'll just take one that has some stuff in here. Let's go this one, and we can update this. So I guess another thing I can show you that I did was I added restrictions. So if I try to put like a name in the number tab, it'll tell me that it's not correct here. Primary keys must be unique, not null and numeric. So then I have to go back and change that. I don't know what it was. Just do that. There we go. Let's see here. Looks like I might have. Well, anyway. So we can update customers as we go. We can change this guy's name to Gabriel, and that will update in the table. Now it's Gabriel Muhammad. What else do we got on here that we have to show? I can show you some other optional features we did. You can save it as a PDF, and it'll save the customer side of the page, not the details side. So I'll just do Control, save it, and this will do all of them. So I can go to, oh wait, what am I doing? Go to this folder, I saved it as Control. There it is. And you see, saved it as a PDF, and we can do all the different customers. So there's Gabriel, Thomas. We have them all in here. We also did that for saving as an Excel sheet as another optional feature that I added to all of them. I'll just do try to. I'll show you that. The Pro folder. Nope, that was the other one. Try to, you see it's added to an Excel folder. All the information. So that about does the customer tab. We'll move on. Oh, and we added our little emblem here for Yellow Team. So employee, basically all the same features here. Got a chart, and instead of going through, we have a create, so I'll show you that that works. You can create a new employee, you see it. I'll just delete it. Delete the record. We can update again. Can change it to whatever I want. Let's change it to Ryan. There we go. Male. And that'll update. Yep, we've got a chart in here. And this chart will update just like the customer chart. We already showed you that. And for the other optional stuff, we got the save as PDF, save as Excel, and we can delete the employee. So we have three other things, and I also created for the sex some buttons. On to the next tab, orders. Again, basically the same thing, but we've got some drop-down menus now because that's required here. So as you see, the drop-down menus work, and we can pick from the different things here. I guess I could show how we did that. So on the edit layout, how we do different buttons and things like that. Here's a drop-down menu, and you just do drop-down list, and then I'll just show you. So if we do this one, for example, in the data section, this is how we got the information in. So I got C number, and these are the different fields I've used, but it basically grabs the values from that table for the drop-down list. So again, that's how the drop-down lists work. And here's like shipping. We've got the different shipping options. We can do a new order. I can fill all this out, and it'll update everything. And I'll just delete that again. What else we had on here? Update existing chart, the other optional features. We did the drop down for those three. Oh yeah, we had for the calculation part of the order tab, I added amount here, so it takes the quantity times the price, and that gets the total amount charged for the order. So I could add another order in here. Let's do order 50, and we've got a drop down for part number, and I'll do that part, and we'll do 100, and let's say the price is 75, and there it goes, does the calculation for us, and the chart is updated with the new information. So that's the order page with all the different requirements. So let's go to the products, and we've got basically the same thing again here. with all the extra optional features of deleting. We've got the drop-down menus for category and brand. We also can save it as a PDF or as an Excel sheet if we would like. We can create a new product, sort of everything, and I can fill all that out the way I would like, and I can delete the product. I guess one other thing I could show you that we did for all the tabs was there's restrictions on basically everything. So if I don't fill a bunch of stuff out here and try to move on, all these restrictions will come up that I didn't fill out. And I did that for all of them. So we'll delete that product. And then we got the chart, and this chart will update for the products tab. Let me know, guys, if I'm missing anything on here. So that's all 4 tabs with all of the requirements there. I don't believe I missed anything. Alright, so now I guess we'll move on to the scripting. So I'll show you the charts too. So I actually made a tab for the charts, which it automatically does, and we can go in and edit the charts, all of our charts, in a different layout here. So if I click on this, I have to go to edit layout, and I can edit any of the charts from x-axis, y-axis, how it looks for the styles. Can do a bunch of different styles and colors. I could change the information that's being entered in the tables, all that good stuff. But right now we have them all set for the requirements for the project, so I'm not going to change them. And then for scripting, we just created some buttons for populating the database and creating a table. So I could import data. Gotta get out of the layout. Can import data from any Excel sheet, and you can see I'm not actually going to import it because we already have all this stuff in our FileMaker Pro, but you can see we can import all the data in and populate the database this way using the button. And to create that button, I used a script. So to show you that, we basically just manage scripts. And you can see the different scripts we have, and import data is that script that I use for this button. We also created a button with a script for create table, and this button basically brings us, and I can just hit new and create a new table. Yeah, and then the validation, like I said earlier, after we populated using those, we just double checked and made sure that it was being entered correctly. And if I show you the tables, you can see that the information lines up, except for stuff we've changed, like this record, for example. I changed at the beginning of the presentation. So some of the records are changed, but that's just because of me playing with it and changing the records for trial and stuff. But all the records are there and they're correct. Anything else? So yeah, we knocked off everything on the list for the project and our SQL developer project, and it's a pretty useful FileMaker Pro setup. Can basically figure out a lot of information and navigate and change everything, add stuff to the database, and we've made a pretty useful FileMaker Pro document here. Yeah, so that's that. Yellow Team FileMaker Pro project. Thanks for watching.